Hello everyone, and welcome to another technical analysis video by Marty Maidan at CM Trading here. Now it's the 17th of August, it's a Wednesday, and as you can see, this is the situation of the market from yesterday. I'm taking a look at the euro dollar. Now we did say euro dollar would come up, and in fact we were long with the euro dollar above this level here, and as you can see we've kind of formed formation here, but I think if we can just adjust that, there'll be a better adjustment here. There we go. Okay, so this is the situation at the moment. So what do we want to do now? Well, we want to short the euro dollar now, don't we? So this is the state we're looking at here, and as you can see, the euro dollar is beginning to kind of be shady around here. So the moment it kind of raises its heads up, what we'd like to do is we'd like to short it down. Let's take a look at a more detailed chart, euro dollar 1 hour chart. This is a daily support at the moment. The daily pivot is here, so this is where the market has some support. It still has some potential to break out and retest the tops in order to sell again, and a really ideal place to sell today is like 1350.60 area. If it really goes up there, you don't want to miss it, but we'd be looking at selling anywhere beyond 1310 level here. 1310 to 1350 I think is a good range to sell, and if you're a bit unsure about where to sell, if that range is a bit too big for you, what you can do is just wait for a U-turn, let the price settle in up there, and then as you can see, if it starts making a U-turn, then you can sell over there on that U-turn. And on our 4 hour chart it's looking a bit better. So as you can see here, that 1305, 1320, if it just gets its head up back there again or towards the top of that line, that's definitely a good spot to be selling. So I'm expecting the euro dollar to be short for the rest of the week. Let's take a look at dollar franc. And dollar franc yesterday, as you know, we had two buy levels. Let me get rid of these. These were the targets. We had two buy levels. Well, actually, you know what? We can still keep these two. Let's do this and delete these two lines. Now, yesterday we said there was two levels, regions to good levels to buy. One is that level, and the other one was, let me just size this up, was this level here. So that was on the cards yesterday. If you bought around 96.30, that's not such a bad action. As you can see, the price is around there at the moment. I'm still expecting dollar franc obviously to go long, as I'm expecting the euro dollar to come down, because these two currency pairs work in a reverse relation. So if the euro dollar is going down, this should be going up, and so we should be expecting the market to kind of pop back up here, as you can see, and towards high. So for the rest of the week, I'd expect the market to be a little wavy and then picking up support and going long. So I really think it's a good time to buy the dollar franc, and that's my opinion on that. So let's take a look at dollar yen, and here is the dollar yen. Okay, this is dollar yen daily. As you see, this was the line we drew yesterday, and you can see how the market, let me just make that a little bigger, obviously you couldn't see that. This is the line we drew yesterday, as you might recall, and as you can see, yesterday it popped down a little bit under. Let's make this a 4 hour chart, make things a little clearer for us. Let's make it a scale, fix this, okay, and here we go. Right, there we go. So this is the dollar yen. Now we can kind of get rid of this line here and get rid of this line here. Maybe we can start making a few adjustments. If I just downsize that a little bit, as you can see, the market broke down, now it retested that. I'm expecting the dollar yen to carry on going up. It wouldn't surprise me if it popped down for a retest, made a slightly lower low, and then moved up, simply because on the dollar yen we're at a resistance now. This area is going to be resistant, so a little bit of a pullback, okay, back to this level or slightly lower, and then to push up would not be such a bad deal. In fact, let's see if we can come up with a good level for that. Okay, so basically it's already done that, so any pullback is good. Dollar yen I think is good to buy anywhere around 100.30, 100 region, and if it definitely pops back down to 99.50, 29.50, that's also good to buy. Even if you buy on the pullback, what I would recommend you is not to be afraid. Buy with a smaller lot size where you feel comfortable if the price moves back to 99.50. Okay, because don't get excited that the market's all of a sudden going all the way back down again. Trade with a smaller lot size and just be patient a little bit, because the market's obviously going to go up and down before it takes off, and this is the action we're seeing here, up and down. So even if it pulls back a little bit and you enter here, but the move of the market continues to go down, I wouldn't panic. I'd just trade with a lot size that I'm comfortable with, and I'd give that trade a bit of breathing space, because I do believe we're going to start going long on the dollar yen. Okay, so it just might tilt back a little bit before it takes off. Just be mindful about that, because a lot of traders, they usually get in at the right area, but they kind of panic when the market makes a wave and the push is kind of going backwards, and they think, oh, but we'll just close my position. So trade with a lot size that makes you comfortable in market waves. Let's take a look at something else about the pound dollar. Pound dollar, we had a short reaction here yesterday, and I did say 29.90, 29.70 was a good area to sell. If you sold here, you would have been able to take profit in the first target, which was 29.47. So a short at 29.76 and a profit at 29.47 was okay yesterday, and then it took off and broke out, as you can see. Now this is actually for us a good sign, because this is now showing us that we have a change in trend, at least in the short run. So what we'd like to do now is see the pound dollar kind of pop back along this line here. So if you have your trade chart open, if your MetaTrader is open, what you can do is draw this channel like I did. If the pound dollar kind of pops back to this blue line, this is a good area to start buying in order to go up again. So that's what you can wait and anticipate on if you're trading the pound dollar. And just to take a look at a detailed chart here, our 1 hour chart on the pound dollar, this is a beautiful level to buy back, and that's a 29.70 area. So 29.70, 29.90 area, as you can see, this is where the support is kind of accumulated, a nice level for the currency to kind of come back before it starts pulling up again. Let's take a look at our 4 hour chart. Now on our 4 hour chart, it's a different scenario here on our detailed chart. What you might want to do with the pound dollar now, according to our long-term charts. Let's take a look at our long-term charts. See here, it can pop all the way back down to 29.50. So the pound dollar at the moment is a bit tricky. I wouldn't go long on it, all right? I would just, what I would do, I'll just wait on that one until it popped down a little bit, simply because this daily chart has a potential to come back down to this 29.45 level, all right? So is shorting a kind of bad idea? No, it's not a bad idea. Where would you like to short the pound today? This 1.30, 60, 80 area is, I think, good to short. So that is actually where we want to go. So shorting at the top, but being mindful of the weekly and daily pivot area, because this place is going to be support. And when the market pops down here, there's usually a buy reaction. See what happened there last time. So we'll probably have a bit of a buy reaction there moving up. A nicer spot to sell would be around this area, 30, 80, 70 area there, as you can see on the chart. So let's take a look at that on our 4 hour chart. They've already sold at 30.60, so anytime it pops its head up there, we think that would be good. Also, what we can do is draw a channel line there, and if the market continues to go down, there we go, we could come all the way down here. So don't worry about going long according to this template here. As it moves its head up, we'd be looking to short again, and let's see where that resistance is. Okay, there we go. Okay, the support of the past here has now become resistance, so if it moves its head up again, that's kind of a good region to go short. Okay, and your first target would be this blue line area, and that 29.60.70 is the weekly daily pivot area, so that's going to be your target zone there. All right. Let's take a look at gold. I know a lot of people trade gold, and here we are in that range again. Now remember what I said about the gold. I said you don't want to trade in between, but you want to trade on the line. So if you've been trading on the lines and watching the videos, that's, you know, good on you, because here you would have made some money, obviously. All right, so the market went up there, and we were expecting the market to go up here, and I did mention that trading on the lines is a better option than messing around in the market here in between. All right, so the gold, as you can see, is still in this region here. If it moves its head back up, obviously you can short it again. If it moves back down here, you can obviously buy it again, because this is a support area, and you can take it from here. But in between here, in between levels, when the market is going sideways, like I've been saying over the past several days, because the market is sideways, as you can see on our 4-hour chart, just don't mess around there. And let's take a look at the dollar Canadian lastly. Now this has had a really sharp fall, and we're going to have to see what we can do with it, because if something falls really, you know, beyond the ordinary, it's an opportunity actually for us to buy. So let's see what we can do with this. As you can see here on our daily chart, we've come down to the targets here. So this is already a sign that we could be going long on this currency pair. Let's take a look at our 4-hour chart. As you can see, lovely, it's buying on our levels here. This is pretty good. So every time the market kind of dips back, it's good to buy. Let's see what we can do here. On our 1-hour chart, you're good to buy even around here. If you buy around here, just be mindful of this level here. Even if it does kind of pull back, because what happens is the market sometimes just pushes slightly lower and then goes off again, and people buy it. But dollar Canadian, we're looking to go long. I'd be going long from today and tomorrow, and even into next week. I think this currency pair will be going long, just like euro dollar will be going down, dollar franc will be going up. All right, hope that helps, guys. Have a great day. 17th of August, Wednesday. All the best, and be mindful about the news coming out from the US this evening. I do believe it's the FOMC minutes for the meeting, so just be mindful about that time zone, and there'll be some news coming out. Have a great day.